Freelance recruitment. Upwork hiring for beginners. Signing up as an Upwork client, adding the job post, and screening freelancers.
Welcome to your Freelance Friends podcast. In this next series of our podcast, we're spinning things a little more towards the client side. We're going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to hire and work with freelancers as experienced freelancers ourselves, and also as people who hire online. We're here to help guide you and share our experiences so you can avoid any mistakes while hiring online. Our goal, as always, is to provide you with information that you can use to successfully hire online and get the most value, no matter what your niche or experience level is.
Yes, and today we are going to help you to start your journey and start your hiring through Upwork. Upwork is a platform that we use both as freelancers and as clients. We also use Upwork as agency. So we have Upwork agency profile through which our clients can hire our team members. So today we are going to go through the signing up process, so how to really start your client account on Upwork, then adding a job post and screening freelancers and choosing people that you would probably want to work with. Okay, so today there will be some screen sharing for you to really see how it works. We will try to be explicit. So for those who only listen to our podcast and cannot see our screens, we will try to explain what we are doing. For those who see us on YouTube, well, good for you, because you can see all the steps, right? So
that's right.
I'm going to start sharing my screen. Okay. I usually use Chrome, but today I'm going to use Safari for this. So basically, it's very easy to find Upwork, right? When you have Google, you type Upwork and you get the first, probably it will be your first also, your first, how do you search, the
Yes.
first thing. Okay, so you go to Upwork website, and what you need to do is get your free account, right? So it tells you to use your work email address, so usually with your domain. If you are a business owner, probably you have your website, you have your domain, so you use this email. Let's say that I will try to set up with my business email. So then you, of course, you need to fill in some data. So let's say I put my data, use strong password, select country, I put Poland, so the real one. And here you need to specify. So if you are hiring, you don't want to work as a freelancer, you want to hire for a project. So you select that you are hiring for a project. It's different type of account that you will get. And then you can specify if you want emails from Upwork. They are actually, sometimes they are useful. So if you don't mind getting some newsletter from Upwork, I think that you can select yes, and then create my account. And then it's speeding again. Okay, so it's redirecting me, and here it shows you that you need to verify your email address to access all the features. We will do it in a while, but first of all, if you don't have time, if you don't want to do it right now, you can right away add your job post. So the first job post for which you actually probably why you are joining Upwork, because you are probably looking for someone. So yeah, so this is already our second step. Rita?
Yeah, so the first step for creating your job post is creating a good headline. You want it to be specific to what you're hiring for, maybe get a little bit of detail, but not too much at this level. So yeah, perfect. Marketing specialist for beauty salon, right? So you know exactly kind of what you need. And people who are viewing your job post without even looking at the higher level details can see, okay, I need to be a marketer, and maybe with a niche in beauty would be perfect for this job. And then also great to put the country there.
Yeah. So freelancers who are seeing this, the more information, like the more specific you are in the headline, it's better for you, because freelancers are getting like so many job posts, like they are literally scrolling those job posts, and what they see is your is the headline, right? So
Headline.
if they are cut with headline, they will click and actually read, and you have just like higher probability of hiring someone who will actually have skills and who will actually be interested in your working with you. Okay, so next are skills. Rita, do you want to say something about that?
Yeah, so they do give you a list here of popular skills that probably will go with the title that you've just put in, but you're also welcome to search your own if they're not popping up. And then I think too, if you have a skill that isn't in the queue, you are able to put a request into Upwork to add it. It won't be added to this posting, but there is an option to kind of reach out to the Upwork platform and ask for them to add in things that may not be listed here.
Yeah, and what's interesting here is exactly what you said, that those skills are according to what you put before. So Upwork is already smart enough to give
intuitive.
Yeah, and also according to what you actually started to add, it pops up. There are more like skills popping out for you to choose. So we chose like 6, and also it's good because you can. I think you can skip it, but if you add, it's likely that freelancers who actually have those skills, they added those skills to their profiles, and then they see your job post like higher on their page. I think this is how it works. Upwork has some secrets, so I'm not quite sure how it works, but as far as I understand Upwork, I think this is exactly how it works, how it matches freelancers with job posts. Okay, so then we need to estimate the scope of work. So is it like a large project for many months, or maybe it's well defined and it's just like deliverables, all right, very clear deadlines and deliverables, or maybe it's just like small things. So you need something, I don't know, you need a presentation in 2 hours done, and you just click. So let's say that we need medium or large, can be large. And let's say that it lasts, we are looking for someone for 3 to 6 months, right? And then this is quite important, I think, the level of experience. If you're looking for expert, everyone wants as good people as possible, right? But if you're looking for expert, you can also be prepared to pay to experts, right? So to pay a bit higher rate. I don't think that you should just think that you are hiring experts and then believe that they will get your work done by tomorrow with lowest possible rates. Also, experts are usually those that are hardest to get because they are just busy on other projects. So yeah, so you can think if how important it is, what's your budget, and and choose accordingly. Okay, so let's say that we are looking for intermediate, and next we go to budget. As we can see, it's like very easy process of posting a job on Upwork. It's really just few steps.
They're friendly.
Through, yeah. So then you need to specify if you have a specific project budget or hourly rate. Let's say it even suggests you how much usually people pay for similar projects or for marketing specialists or with people who with those skills. That usually it's from $6 to $18 per hour, but you don't need to like specify yet. You can say not ready to set an hourly rate.
I think that, if you're not really sure, it's kind of better almost to do not ready to set, because you really, it's your first time and you really don't know what kind of people are out there and you really want to screen, you might want to give yourself more flexibility until you know really what your budget might be and what you're looking for. So that is a nice feature, I find, on the client side, to not have to go ahead and set your budget out there. But you do, you are looking for somebody intermediate, so people that are applying can expect, not too low, not too high.
Yeah. And you can see sometimes on Upwork, you will see it in more places also, that they have those like little tips. So you can click here and you say not ready to set an hourly rate. What does it mean? And they tell you that you can edit right now, or you can continue without. Those green lines are usually useful, short information that will help you to go through the whole process. Okay, so let's review what we have. Now just finish and review. We have here, we didn't describe our work, so we can describe. Basically here in this job description, I just added very random description, but mainly there is no like strict rules what you should put. From our experience as freelancers, the job posts that have more information are better, just because you see that someone is committed to hire, someone is really looking for someone, for a freelancer seriously, and they spend time on putting job posts with requirements, with the examples of tasks, with more information about their business, of course, without names, right? You don't need to put the name of your company. But even this sometimes happens that clients actually put the names of their company just for freelancers to click, to search, to look through, and then those that are truly interested apply. Sometimes I see those job posts that are like, for example, marketing specialist, and in the job description is marketing specialist. Like literally, you don't know.
Nothing.
Because, yeah. And for someone who is going to apply, well, you may get a lot of applicants, but if they are truly interested in, do they really have skills that you need? You don't know, because they also don't know what you need, right? Because you didn't specify. So the more you specify here, the better. I just added very random job description, but I just copy pasted. But those are valid points. You can also add screening questions.
And these questions are usually tailored to the job again, also, I find, like the metrics one on here, or what kind of tone are you writing in, right? Like that wouldn't necessarily come up unless it's some sort of writing or content creation. And then also there's the option to write your own question. So you can even tailor it more to your personal tastes here.
And then you can give more information about who you are looking for in terms of English level, hours per week. So for example, freelancers are freelancers. They work on many different projects, and sometimes they are not available as much as you want. So you can specify if you know that it's, for example, more than 30 hours per week, so almost full-time or full-time position, you can specify it already here. And it will also help freelancers to see if they are a good fit with your position or not. And also, how fast do you want to hire, right? So if you need someone right now, let's put 1 to 3 days, right? And if you need someone in next month, you can put 1 month, right? Yeah, and sometimes it also happens that clients hire for more than one position. So with one job post, they hire, for example, I don't know, they need 3 people for customer service, right? So you can specify how many people you actually need. So let's say we are hiring 1 person 1 week. And here is an important thing, because we are working as an agency. So here you can specify if you want an independent freelancer, so freelancer who will work with you directly, or agency. When you specify that it's agency, it doesn't mean that you will not work with freelancer directly. It means that agency will be there to help you, right? The agency will be there. How to say, our agency, for example, we recommend freelancers, and you can also click no preference if you don't have any preference. So let's say no preference here. Okay, so let's say that we added 2 screening questions. We see it looks okay. We have everything. Those are optional, so we actually didn't need to put them. And we click post your job now. Hey, here we go. Congratulations. Yeah. So now we are in the 3rd step. Rita, do you want to say something about that?
Sure. So this step is where you can start actually connecting with freelancers and inviting them to your job posting. Not only will your job posting go live onto the website where freelancers can find it by just looking through, you know, a marketing feed, filtered feed of job searches. You can also, on the client side, go through the freelancers and handpick them out and send them invitations to their job. And if they're available, they'll answer and you can set up an interview that way. So the first thing to do is kind of go down the list. You can also there's a nice search bar at the top where if you're looking for specific skills, you can go ahead and input those in to refine the search even more than the Upwork algorithm just pops out to you. But what I like to do is I like to go through at least, the first even 6 pages of these, because sometimes the ones at the front are really great, but sometimes the ones at the back are also really great. There's a huge pool of freelancers on Upwork, and, I will go through 5, 6, 7 pages sometimes when I'm screening for clients, because there might be some gold at the end there. And more often than not, I hire some from the beginning, the middle, and the end of my search. And I think you get a certain amount of invites for free with the regular account, but I've found that, it's more than
15,
enough to kind of, is it 15? Is that
yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I find that that's really more than enough to get the ball rolling and find a good freelancer. If you're really doing your due diligence on the screening process and looking at their profiles, some things to note for screening, I would say, is, their success rate, how many jobs they've had, what people are saying about them in their reviews. And this does take a little time on your side to kind of screen and go through, but you want an employee or a freelancer that's going to do a good job for you, because they are going to be representing your brand ultimately.
One thing here, for example, we specified, I agree with you that those first ones, usually they are good, but you can find some gold on the next pages, so it's worth it to screen.
Right.
However, what I wanted to raise attention, what I wanted to raise your attention to is that we specified in the title that it's for US-based freelancers, something like USA, right? But we didn't filter our searches yet. So those people that we got here, this is a person from Pakistan or registered in Pakistan, based in Pakistan. This is a person from Armenia. So those are not necessarily according to your title, right? So it's not Upwork is smart and gives you a lot of suggestions, but it's not as smart as that you should just believe and just like don't see those details, right? So this is important. However, you can go here to filters, and here you can go to location and say United States, and then it will filter out, right? So it will show you actually freelancers based in United States, and you can also apply any other filters. So for example, you want someone who is already experienced and got more than 10,000 on Upwork, right? You want someone who has a very high job success rate. You are able to pay between $30 and $60 per hour, and you can specify all those things. You want only a native or bilingual English speaker, and all those things you can apply, and then you get people who actually meet all your criteria, right?
Right. And the people applying aren't going to see these filters that you put on to find people, right? So you can be more specific if you want to on this end, as opposed with the posting, right? So they really can drill down and find some more niche experienced people. Yeah.
And also what you can see on this page is for example, how much this person already earned on similar projects, on social media management projects, right? And you don't need to go to another page, but just when you click, you get more information about this freelancer. You get his work history, all the profile details, and so on. So you mentioned, Rita, the invites. So maybe we should show what does it mean to invite someone for a job.
Great.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So the first thing I would say is, to pick your freelancer to invite. And then you can just click the invite to job button that's highlighted in green on the right. And there is where you can send them a personalized message, or you can just use the Upwork standard message to say, if you're interested and have time, please send me a proposal. And that's your first point of contact. And then, the ball's in their court, and hopefully you get an interview scheduled or some sort of messaging response fairly quickly. The key to Upwork is really to move fast. So the sooner you send out your invites, the sooner you can start hiring.
Okay. And here it showed us actually that I click send the invite to the job, and it showed us that the first thing that before we start interacting with freelancers is actually verify our email, right? So our client account is set up, but it's set up just like on very, very basic level. So we didn't confirm the billing method. We didn't confirm the email. So from if you are serious about hiring through Upwork, you should go to settings, verify your email, add the billing method. It's also important because basically without adding billing method and without being verified, you as a client appear for freelancers as not verified client.
Good point.
And usually freelancers don't want to work with such clients because, well, you should be verified to pay them, right?
I honestly avoid those if they're not verified with their payment method. I just, I've run into a lot that end up being spammy or whatever else reason. I defer away from the ones unless they're verified. I mean, I'm verified on my end. You should be verified on your end as a client.
Yeah. So if you go to your profile here, you add settings and you go through all this information, and
Yep.
you can add your billing methods. You can change your password and so on. It still shows me that I need to verify my email. So I do that. But basically, here in this episode, we are trying to show you like a very high level or very high picture, very big picture on how to start an Upwork. There's more details to it, but we want to show you that starting to look for a freelancer is very quick. So we are recording this podcast, took us like 15 minutes with a lot of explanation. You could just do it so much faster, 5 minutes, and
right.
you job posted, right? And with this job post, you are accessing just so many people that are actually looking for work.
Yeah, it is like an instant gratification thing with Upwork, isn't it? It's like, one day you can have nothing, the next day you can have, 5 invites, or, if you're on the client side, you could be sending out invitations all day long. So it's very quick to connect with people, and there's a huge pool of people to choose from.
Yeah.
That are eagerly waiting to work for you.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that there's so much to say. I think that the next episode might be about the next steps in hiring process. I think that would be a good idea. For now, we touched already how to set up your Upwork profile as a client, how to post at the job post, and how to actually screen freelancers. So we covered all those 3 topics. It's quite quick how we covered it, but also we are showing here that Upwork is easy to work with. You can find more information. They provide you with tips and tricks here, what to do. It's quite easy. We really strongly believe that anyone can do it. Anyone can hire through Upwork.
Yes, very intuitive platform, very user-friendly, super easy, and just a couple rules to adhere to, which, next time we dive into this a bit more, we can touch on that.
Yeah. So for today, it's everything, and see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, bye.